Hello viewers, and welcome to this episode of Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor, sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. This evening we have a wonderful woman with us. She's the president of the Chartered Institute of Bankers. Stay glued to your seat and enjoy this evening's discussion.
For quick and easy banking on your mobile, like checking your balance or transferring money, use our mobile banking services today. To find out more, visit us online at ecobank.com. Move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome back, viewers. With me in the studio today is the president of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, and her name is Mrs. Patricia Sarppo. Welcome, madam.
Thank you.
Mom, you are the president of the Chartered Institute of Bankers. And I know that you are also the president of Action Chapel Ladies Club, and you dab up as a mentor and as a spokesperson for an institution that I'll mention the name later. At the same time, you are the head of communications and corporate department of EcoBank Ghana Limited. Your portfolio is really, really, really heavy. Can we talk a little bit about you? How you manage this 4 portfolio at the same time?
Thank you so much, Betty. I think it's easy, and it's just a matter of managing your time.
Time management.
Time management.
We all must learn that.
Yeah, knowing what is important and what is urgent. And it's all about doing what you enjoy doing. So, I mean, you enjoy whatever you do, and therefore it doesn't become a burden. So this is how come I'm able to manage it.
And I also know that you were the group, head of group of EcoBank customer service.
Yeah, I handled customer service for the EcoBank group, yes, sometime back. So today we have a very resource person on the show. But how about marriage life? How is it with you? Sweet and interesting. I've been married for over 30 years.
Because I know you are a writer, and I have one of your books with me, The Christian Woman, A Secret to Enjoy Your Marriage Life. That's why I'm asking how your marriage life is like.
Yeah.
Mrs. Patricia Sarppo is a writer, and this is one of her books, The Christian Woman. Grab a copy. It's available at Action Chapel Bookshop. You can grab a copy. Mom, back to the institute.
Okay.
You were elected president just last year. How is it like?
Well, I think it's been very interesting because I believe I can bring value to the institute. I believe I can add value to the good work my predecessors, have done. So it's been very, very interesting, very challenging, but interesting.
How do you see customer service and their complaints in recent times?
You mean customer service in general?
In general.
Okay.
Customers' complaints and how we as bankers will respond to them.
I think customer service is extremely important, in any organization, because so far as I'm concerned, the customer is the bottom line of the business. If you're a profit-making institution, your bottom line, as in your profits, is a customer, because you derive all your profits from the customer. So ensuring the customer is happy, ensuring the customer is delighted about your services is extremely critical. So if customers are unhappy about an institution's products or gaps in the service delivery, then it should be a concern to the institution.
That institution.
Yes.
And we talking from the aspect of the banking industry, are bankers performing this role effectively?
Well, I think, the bankers have a primary responsibility. If you look at the New Banking Act 2004, it categorically spells out the duty and the responsibility of bankers as owing a duty of care to their customers, and this comprises a lot of things. I believe to a very, very large extent, bankers are doing their best to meet the needs and expectations of their customers.
But the customers keep complaining. Are they expecting too much?
I don't think so, because needs keep changing every time. Expectations keep changing every time. People have different perceptions about various institutions. If you have a perception, then you have an expectation. So where there is a gap between the perception and the expectation, if you don't meet the expectation, the customer will be dissatisfied. If you exceed, the customer will be delighted. So it's a matter of expectation. So I don't think customers are demanding too much. They have a right to demand what they expect and what they want. So my definition of the customer is the bottom line, your profits. When you see your profits, you should see your customer.
Customers keep complaining that they don't get satisfied. They get to the banking halls and they are kept in queues. Sometimes they are asked to wait for hours and their needs are not met and they get frustrated. So are they demanding too much, or is it their right? Because to stay at the banking hall for 2 hours before you are served.
I don't think customers are demanding too much, because they have a right. I mean, nobody should walk to the bank and spend 2 hours, but sometimes there could be challenges. Okay, maybe technological challenge may probably cause the system to be slow, so that could account for it. But I think to a very large extent, banks are doing so much to improve their service delivery. And some of the things the banks are doing, are one, automating their processes and their services.
But that should rather speed up the services.
Yes, that should rather speed up. And that is why you have a lot of ATMs, around all over. That is why you have internet banking. That is why you have POSs. But some customers still prefer.
They want the human touch.
They want the human touch. Okay, but I think by and large, now when you go to most banking halls, you wouldn't see queues, in the banking halls, because most of the clients are now very used to, using the electronic channels.
Maybe it's because now there are chairs available that the customers are seated on, so you don't see the queues. Because just, I think on Monday, a customer complained that he went to one bank branch that I don't want to mention, and he spent 2 hours. If the system is down, I expect that maybe the manager or the operations manager or somebody senior in the branch could come out and then address the crowd or the customers as to what exactly is going on, so that if they have somewhere to go to, they can go and come back. But to wait for 2 hours at the branch just to cash a check, I think it's very frustrating.
I mean, that is precisely the case. I mean, there's no reason why anybody should go to a branch and spend 2 hours, And so if there is an issue, somebody, of course, certainly, any customer-centric institution will get somebody to come and, talk to whoever is being delayed. And you'd realize that most banks now have people in the banking hall, who go to customers and find out, what their needs are. But sometimes, there are other issues. For instance, banks, for one reason or the other, will want to confirm checks. Okay, so you may issue a check, and the bank may want to confirm from the drawer of the check. the phone may be out of, coverage area, inaccessibility, etc. So these are some of the things that also constitutes the delay. But that notwithstanding, I mean, if there are delays, immediately the bank should have a way of communicating to the customer right away in a very professional manner and getting the issue addressed.
But what is the institute's stake in this?
The Chartered
Institute of Bankers.
You know, the Chartered Institute of Bankers, we have the mandate in Ghana to train professional bankers. And if you look at our curriculum, we have customer service and marketing boldly over there. So that is one thing we are doing. We also organize...
That is a course in marketing and customer service.
Exactly, We also have other short courses in customer service where we bring people from the various banks and we also offer training. So these are some of the things we are doing. But beyond that, there are a lot more things we are going to do, embark on various surveys, give the banks the feedback, our opinion, and also offer some suggestions on how they can improve on their service delivery.
Mom, we'll come back. Viewers, we'll take a short break. This program is sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank, and supported by Belacqua. Stay glued to your seat. We'll be right back.
For quick and easy banking on your mobile, like checking your balance or transferring money, use our mobile banking services today. To find out more, visit us online at ecobank.com. Move on up with EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Welcome back, viewers. This program is sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. We've been having a discussion on customer service with the president of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, Reverend Mrs. Patricia Sarppo. And this discussion has been very interesting. Mom, we were talking about the Institute's stake in customer service.
Yeah.
And the role of the bank in this customer service delivery.
Yeah. I mean, what I mentioned was that if you look at the curriculum of the Chartered Institute of Bankers, we have a subject in marketing and customer service. And we train, we examine people in the area of customer service. Also, we have short courses that we run on customer service, knowing that this will help and enhance our members and even the banking industry, the understanding of customer service and also an appreciation and excellent services delivery.
Let's look at products, because it looks as if the banks sit down, they get their own products, and then they push it to the customer. I expect that since it is a two-way affair, banker and the customer are friends, they have a relationship, there is a trust. If a product is being rolled out, I was expecting that at least the bank can have a kind of discussion with the customer to see whether it will go down with the customer or not. But all the time, bankers package their products and then they hand it over to the customer and try to convince the customer that that product is good, so they should patronize it. How about that?
I'm a bit surprised at this because I know that for most of the products that the banks develop, they develop it in response to the needs and requests of customers. And if you are developing products, obviously, you would want to understand the needs of the customer. So banks really involve customers in their product development process. You have various, you look at the segments for which the product belongs to. And then you get clients, not just one, but quite a good number of clients in that segment who will give you information on what their expectations are And then you factor that into the product development. Once the product is developed, it's tried. The customers try, we pilot it, and to make sure that the clients are happy and they find it acceptable. Maybe in 1 or 2 instances, but generally in product development, you involve the person who will consume the product in the development.
Most customers still complain. Because hardly do you hear of a bank holding a forum for customers, and then they're trying to have a kind of rapport on a product they want to introduce, and how best the customer feel comfortable with it.
Well, I will be very surprised. I mean, for instance, in EcoBank, we organize customer surveys on products. We also have customer forums or fora, where we invite our clients and we find out what they think about our products.
That has already been rolled out, or a product that is yet to come out?
You see, for every, you need to improve on your products. I mean, for instance, the 2014 Toyota has been improved on.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not the current one we are using.
Yes, it's process improvement every time. So once you have rolled out, there may be technological advancements for which you would want to enhance the product. So whatever we are doing intermittently, we engage our customers and find out from them whether they are happy, whether they want additions, whether they want subtractions, in the product delivery. So I believe that to a large extent, banks obtain feedback from their customers regarding their service delivery, their service standards, and the products, and what other expectations they have, and probably how they see the bank in the future and what they want the banks to do. So this, I think, is basic, and banks, to a very large extent, to do that. Because without customer feedback, it will be very difficult for you to improve. So I see this as an obvious activity, by banks rather than,
That was what I was getting to, feedback. How is feedback handled?
Customer feedback is extremely critical to the growth and development of any institution, more so the banks. Like I said, the customer is the bottom line, okay? And so you need the inputs of the clients. Now, there are so many ways of receiving feedback from customers. You'd realize that naturally, people don't like complaining. Naturally, people don't like giving objective feedback.
Now customers have become very enlightened and they complain.
They are enlightened, but most times they don't complain to the institution. They complain to other people. Okay.
And to one another.
And to one another. And also on the social media, on Facebook, on Twitter, Instagram, etc. Okay. So what the banks should do, which I believe they are doing, is to make feedback or make it a lot easier for customers to complain. And all staff members in an institution should be ready to receive feedback. And you can't even receive feedback by the attitude, the comportment, the disposition even of the customer. Actions even speak louder than words. So even by the way a customer acts should even tell you that, look, this customer is not even happy about a service. So you could go a step further and find out, is everything okay? Is there anything we can do for you? But then, apart from staff members of the institution obtaining feedback and passing it on,
are there other platforms available?
Yes. Most banks have call centers and contact centers, all over, which I believe operate on a 24/7 basis. Because, for instance, if you have a Visa card Okay, you could use it anywhere in the world. So at any point in time, because of the time zones, you should have access to your bank. So if you're operating a 24/7 call center, you could make a call and whatever the issue is could be resolved. So one other way is the call center or the contact center. Okay. And then also some institutions also have feedback forms or complaints boxes, where
and those ones has been there since somebody will say 1612.
1612.
And customers never put in anything.
Exactly. So that is why I'm saying that the call centers are there. Okay, banks can have, short codes. You just use your phone short code. You have access to.
How many banks have that short code?
Oh,
customers can access.
I mean, it's obvious that once you are running a call center, you should have a short code.
EcoBank, do you have one?
Yes, we do. It's 3225.
3225.
Yes, 3225.
3225. That's for EcoBank short code.
For a call center. But, so you have the call center that is there. You have staff members also that are available. And then also you organized forums for customers to give you feedback. So that is also another channel of receiving
So
feedback.
we've got 3 platforms now.
Yes.
The callback,
the forums, the staff members. Yes.
And then those boxes, the suggestion boxes.
Suggestion boxes are also which
available at the branches.
Yes, which customers really don't like using.
Patronize.
One other way of also handling this thing is also using what we call the mystery shoppers. Okay. Who pose as customers of the bank and then observe the quality of the service delivery and then give the institution the feedback. I mean, these days it's very, very easy because you have the hidden camera and all that, actually viewing what is being done. So you cannot deny the kind of attitude you might have displayed to a customer. So these are some of the things the banks are doing, to identify the gaps in their service delivery with the aim of improving on them daily.
I have a problem with the product, but since you've spoken at length on it, I just trying to see how best banks can involve the customers more in their products, in the bringing out of new products, or in their quest to introduce new products onto the market. Because it looks like it is just a selected few or selected customers or selected areas that contribute to these kind of products and services that the bank make available to the customer.
Yeah, I'm not sure which particular products, but there are various products across the banks. So if I probably have an idea of
banks normally come up with the same product. You see Bank A introducing product A. Before it is even landed on the platform, Bank B has imitated it, branded it in a different, with a different name, and then comes up to showcase it. So it's the same product that is in circulation, but with different brand names. And that is the issue. So you go to Bank A, same product, differently branded, like kiddie account. You go to Bank A, it's kiddie account. You go to Bank B, it's another name. But if you look at the product brochures and you look at what is written there, almost the same. Only sometimes the language is twisted a little bit here and there.
I think the service probably may be the same. I mean, water is water. Okay. I mean, various is water. But probably the quality of the water may be different. You may have the same account. They may be similar, but the benefits may be different. Interest rate may be different. The frequency of withdrawal may be different. So definitely there may be differences. And one thing is that banks will always want to differentiate themselves.
That one is true.
Differentiation is extremely key to selling the product. So generically, the service could be the same, but the benefits could be different, and that is where the interest of the customers, I believe, will be.
Mom, our time is up, but thanks for making yourself available this evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And I hope next week you make yourself available so that we'll be able to wrap these product and services issues out.
Okay.
And then talk a little bit about the Institute.
All right then. Okay.
Viewers,
thank you.
This is where we'll end today's episode on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor. We've learned a little bit of customer service and product. And from what our president of the Institute said, I just want Ghanaians to be aware that banks have short codes that they can text their problems or their complaints to. EcoBanks is 3225. 3225. If you have any complaints, just pick your phone and call 3225. 3225. It is 24/7 service. So there is always somebody available to answer your questions or respond to your complaints. Apart from that, there are other platforms that are available. You can walk to the manager's office if you are not comfortable with a service delivery. You have every right to speak to your customer or speak to the customer service personnel. After all, we are together in the same business. So if you are unhappy, you will not come back. And we don't want an issue where you come to the bank and you feel neglected. So if you have any worries whatsoever, just walk to the manager's office and make your complaints. It will be addressed and you will be equally happy. Apart from that, banks are there to serve. We are there to serve you, our customers. So don't feel intimidated. Walking boldly. Staying at the branch for more than 2 hours is not the best. So if you are seated for more than 10 minutes, maximum 15 minutes, please get up and act. For all you know, the system is down, or the branch might have a problem, or as you are seated and you are engrossed in your own thoughts, it's been communicated that the systems are down and you did not hear. So if you walk to a personnel of the branch and you are told, you might want to go to whatever you are doing and then come back. Have a pleasant week and meet you again same time on Time with Your Banker and Financial Advisor, sponsored by EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.